Episode 461. Yi Shu first carefully tallied the levels and classes of the players who had already joined the guild. Then he began to browse the list of applicants. Happy is only a level 1 guild right now, with a maximum of 100 members. Glory has 24 classes, and with players choosing different skill focuses, wildly different playstyles can emerge. Take the Ghost Blade, for instance. The Slashing Ghost and the Array Ghost are practically two different classes. Take the Elementalist, for example. With the 4 schools of Ice, Fire, Light, and Dark, trying to master every single skill would absolutely burn through your skill points. Typically, they'd specialize in 2 schools of magic. The combinations possible from that make them even more varied than a Ghost Blade. This kind of nuance in a class's playstyle can't be seen just by looking at someone's level or profession. That's why Ye Shu said it was impossible for the guild as a whole to achieve the kind of balanced state a pro team has. Ye Shu could only consider the team composition from a broad perspective, focusing on classic PvE dungeon setups like the Iron Triangle. Ye Shu didn't need to deliberate any further. After calculating the existing class composition, he began briskly accepting the incoming applications. Happy's ranks kept swelling, and the guild channel was buzzing with excitement. However, Ye Shu ultimately didn't fill it to capacity. For one thing, his old friends like Tianqi and Midnight Moon had just left their Moonwheel Guild, and they'd have to wait 5 days before they could join a new one. Ye Shu needed to save spots for them. But for a guild determined to grow and expand, 5 days was more than enough time to level up. Players who join a guild can receive guild quests, which offer a wide variety of rewards. Think of it like a player's experience bar. Complete tasks to raise your guild's construction points, hit 100%, and your guild levels up. With each level, the guild's member cap increases by 100, unlocking more quests and better rewards. Furthermore, once a guild reaches level 5, it can select its own guardian force. The types of guardian powers are varied. In Glory, the most common choice is the Attribute Guardian, which boosts the 4 core stats of all guild players. Starting from level 5, a guild can upgrade its guardian force every 5 levels it advances. Many players who don't particularly enjoy participating in guild activities will still register under a guild's banner, lured by the stat boosts from the Guardian's might. Naturally, those major guilds, with their higher levels, possess even more formidable guardian power. The major club guilds in the Heavenly Domain can all easily reach the current guild level cap of 100, thereby possessing the top-tier, level 20 Guardian's might. As for the average player's guild, they can't just rely on absorbing their own fans to easily and continuously break through the member cap like the club guilds do. Nor do they have members with such high loyalty and cohesion. These ordinary guilds, once they reach a certain size, always run into problems. Their numbers become too great, and they either fall apart or grind to a halt. Only a very few could grow all the way to the scale of a club guild, but even then, they still couldn't truly be compared to the club guilds. Yi Shu's Happy Guild was just getting started in the new server. They still had a long way to go. However, being able to instantly fill a level 1 guild's member cap right from the start is an exceptionally high starting point. This was only limited by the level 1 guild's member cap. Otherwise, given Lord Grimm's current fame on the 10th server, who knows how many people he could have recruited in one go. The list of applicants for the Happy Guild was so long you couldn't see the end of it, impossible to even count. Even the major guilds with club backing like Blue Brook Guild and Herb Garden couldn't compare to this situation. After all, the new server was full of players who were just getting into Glory, and these major guilds needed to rebuild their reputations from scratch. Given their established backgrounds, filling a level 1 guild to capacity wouldn't be a problem. But when it came to the sheer frenzy of membership applications, none could match the buzz surrounding Happy. The reason all the major guilds fought tooth and nail for those dungeon records was precisely to gain the kind of prestige Lord Grimm now holds in the players' minds. And the very fact that Happy Guild's founding caused such a stir just goes to show how crucial dungeon records are for a guild's growth. The member selection was complete, and with over 90 players now online, their fresh enthusiasm for the guild had the chat channel buzzing with activity. Players were already forming their own little groups. Some were shouting about heading to the arena for PKs, others were putting together parties for dungeon runs, and a few were looking for help with tough quests. As the guild master, Ye Shu really wanted to say a few words about the guild's founding. but he couldn't find an opening to get a word in edgewise. Yi Shu typed out 2 hellos followed by a massive string of emoticons, clearing the screen in an instant with his insane APM. Every other message was swept away, leaving the channel filled with nothing but the name Lord Grimm and a chaotic cascade of emotes. The guild members were stunned, falling silent all at once. The guild channel went completely quiet.
How many of you are just starting out with Glory?
Yi Shu asked. A torrent of replies came flooding in, instantly overwhelming Yi Shu's original question. But from the sheer length of the scroll bar, he could roughly estimate the number of people, almost certainly 100% newbies. This outcome was no surprise to Yi Shu. For veteran Glory players, during the clearing phase of a new server, they'd probably be scrambling to join the big guilds backed by professional clubs. Getting into those guilds in a new server isn't all that difficult. Or, like Yu Zhongyan and his crew in the early days, when friends come to a new server together, they've usually already decided to form their own guild. The fact that they could apply to join the moment the announcement went out meant they were all free agents, without a guild. The odds were high that these guys were newbies. Seeing a sea of new hands raised, Yi Shu adopted a more instructive tone.
Well, our guild is officially established now, but since it's only level 1, we can only take 100 members. A lot of players who want to join us just can't get in. Within the guild, everyone can pick up guild quests. The rewards are good, and completing them also contributes to the guild's construction points, which helps level it up. A guild's only going to attract people once its level is high enough. Starting at level 5, a guild can choose a guardian force. It's a big help for boosting your strength.
As expected, these basic guild concepts, well known to veteran Glory players, were largely unfamiliar to these newcomers who had never participated in guild building. After listening to Yi Shu, many of them had already started looking for where to pick up guild quests. For these newcomers, everything about the guild was fresh and exciting. They immediately started calling out to each other and rushed off to tackle the guild quests. The sheer enthusiasm they displayed was enough to bring tears of joy to any guild leader's eyes. Going from level 1 to level 2 is always the fastest and easiest part. By the time the enthusiastic newcomers had completed the bulk of their first wave of tasks, the Happy Guild had already reached level 2. The list of players applying to join the guild will hang there indefinitely, unless someone actively rejects them. Unless that player suddenly joins another guild, they'll automatically vanish from the application list. The guild leveled up to 2 without a hitch. Yi Shu opened the application list again and accepted a fresh batch of new members. In the blink of an eye, the Happy Guild had grown into a team of nearly 200 players. The second wave of players to join was essentially the same as the first. Those would be the newbies who still don't quite grasp the guild's glory. The guildmaster gave another speech, whipping up the enthusiasm once more, and the new players hurried off to start their guild tasks. Guild tasks came in all shapes and sizes, delivering messages, slaying monsters, retrieving items, and more. The difficulty is calibrated to the player's level. It won't be a cakewalk, but it's never impossible. However, the complexity of the tasks will increase as the guild's rank goes up. For tasks like killing monsters, a level 1 guild might only need to kill 1 to complete it, while a level 2 guild might require 2. The same goes for delivery missions. The higher the guild level, the longer the journey, and the more harassment you'll face along the way. But the rewards, of course, also increase as the guild's level rises. Otherwise, it would be genuinely difficult to maintain players' motivation.